Thanks for being with us. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. Our top story here at 6 focuses on 3 key locations. The scene of a shooting, an apartment complex in Superior Township, the headquarters for Huron Valley Ambulance in Pittsfield Township, and a third option for getting an ambulance, Canton, across the border of Washtenaw and Wayne County. Sean Lay, live with a look at how this played out with precious time ticking away. Sean.
You've got that right. Big time, precious time. This was an intense situation. We have a man shot Mr. Taylor, only 30 years old. He's on the sidewalk in front of his apartment. A crowd is gathering. Firefighters are there working on him. Deputies are there making sure the area is safe, and everyone is looking for Huron Valley Ambulance. They keep asking, where is the ambulance? In fact, they got so frustrated, a supervisor gets on the radio, we've never heard this before, and says, let's call Canton, bring them in, let's see who gets here first. It happened here at 11:15 last night at these apartments on MacArthur in Superior Township. Family members tell us tonight that 30-year-old Darian Taylor was fatally shot in the back. Within moments, Superior Township Fire was with Taylor, giving him CPR, trying to save his life. Washtenaw County Sheriff's deputies were also quick to arrive. But Huron Valley Ambulance was dispatched here also. Medics needed to help Taylor. But minute after excruciating minute, Huron Valley was still on the way. On dispatch radio, you can hear the frustration in the voices of those who were with the victim.
Central Integra 111, what's our ETA on the ambulance? The death was showing 16 minutes.
ALS is 9 minutes out. The supervisor 9 minutes out. ALS is 14 minutes.
Here's what happened. Huron Valley's closest ambulance was also on a priority call that came out just before the shooting happened. Another Huron Valley crew was dispatched from Huron Valley's headquarters in Pittsfield Township. The frustration so evident here, the call was made to ask an EMS crew from Canton to come, 7 miles away.
Start the ambulance from Canton. Figure it out. See who gets here first.
Huron Valley did arrive in 17 minutes. Taylor was already deceased. 2 emergency calls coming in back to back. No one happy about the timing. The first emergency call, a priority 1 call, according to Huron Valley, was for a person feeling faint. They said they've got to go right away. The nearest ambulance was near that apartment complex, Ypsilanti Township, because that person could be having a stroke or a heart attack. So they get that person to the hospital. The other ambulance crew has to come from Pittsfield Township. Huron Valley confirms it was a 17-minute ETA arrival time there, response time, I should say. They shoot for 10 minutes, Devin and Kimberly. They cover the entire county. They shoot for 10 minutes, but they do say this was 17 minutes. Just checked with the family of Taylor and the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office. That shooter, the other side of this, is still out there tonight. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
All right, Sean.
All right, a live look right now from our camera that normally shows a much more clear view of the Ambassador Bridge. Much of the giant structure is obscured today by haze from those Canadian wildfires.
Our air quality alert has now been extended through Friday. It was originally going to end at noon tomorrow, but it's going to go through the entire day. Right now, our air quality here in Detroit rated as the worst in the world.
Yeah. Brian Sherman is here with a unique look at what's going on outside. Brian.
Yeah, Kimberly and Devin, we are one of the cities that has the worst air quality in the United States heading into this evening. Yesterday, we had the worst air quality, Illinois, Indiana, portions of Wisconsin. The bulk of it has now moved off to the east over through Ohio, West Virginia, Washington, D.C., but still sticking here around Michigan. With that, as you just talked about, Devin and Kimberly, our air quality alert has been extended through Friday night, midnight, going into Saturday morning, as we could still see values into the unhealthy to very unhealthy range through at least Friday afternoon into Friday evening. Exact Track 40 radar, it's a clean sweep across southeastern Michigan tonight, but I'm keeping my eyes off to the northwest for thunderstorms that are in the forecast. They should make it here sometime after 7 to 8 o'clock tonight, going into the early portions of the overnight. We'll dry things out towards sunrise tomorrow morning. We're into the 60s overnight. Then the thunderstorms continue Friday and into the weekend. We're going to track out hour by hour when thunderstorms could hit your neighborhood, and another shot to heading to near 90 degrees. Your full 4-1 forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, Brian, thank you. A landmark decision from the U.S. Supreme Court this morning that will impact the futures of college students and life on campus for generations. The conservative majority court ruling against affirmative action in college and university admissions.
President Joe Biden expressing his disagreement with Thursday's landmark Supreme Court ruling banning race as a factor in college admissions.
Today, the court once again walked away from decades of precedent.
Overturning decades of precedent, the court's conservative justices struck down affirmative action programs at Harvard University and the University of North Carolina. Programs the institutions argued helped them to diversify their student bodies. The justices said such programs violate the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. Chief Justice John Roberts, writing in the majority opinion, quote, both programs lack sufficiently focused and measurable objectives, warning the use of race, unavoidably employ race in a negative manner, involve racial stereotyping, and lack meaningful endpoints, end quote. Joined by liberal justices Elena Kagan and Ketanji Brown Jackson in her dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote, quote, the court subverts the constitutional guarantee of equal protection by further entrenching racial inequality in education, end quote. The majority opinion said students may still address, though, race in an application admissions essay by expressing how it's impacted their lives. But the ruling will reverberate through the American college admissions process.
It will force every university to redo their admissions policies and try to figure out different ways to achieve diversity.
And potentially impact generations of American students.
Now, Michigan's public universities don't expect the decision to change anything for them. The University of Michigan ended its use of race in admissions process back in 2006 when Michigan voters approved Proposal 2 banning the practice.
But U of M has supported affirmative action at other schools, and School President Santa Ono put out a statement today that reads, in part, we are deeply disheartened by the court's ruling. We remain firmly convinced that racial diversity is one of the many important components of a broadly diverse student body and an intellectually and culturally rich campus community. The ruling will not change our values or efforts to become a more diverse university community.
And Michigan State University put out a statement of its own saying, quote, we are carefully reviewing the ruling, but believe the decision by the court will not change our approach to recruiting and retaining a broad and diverse student body and creating opportunities for all students. MSU values diversity and inclusion, end quote. Of course, students themselves have a lot to say about the ruling, too.
Yeah, NBC News correspondent Antonia Hilton spoke with a high schooler and a current Harvard student.
I don't want my racial identity to stop me from, becoming who I want to be. But then it's on the flip side to that, I feel like some racial minorities or identities and groups of people have had harder experiences in America and are not given the same opportunities.
What do you think this means for Harvard's community?
I like to think of it as an opportunity for us to take action. I would hope that students have, especially Black students, especially intersectionally marginalized communities, will have a seat at the table in redesigning admissions. I like to see this in a positive light as an opportunity for change.
Ahead here at 6:30, NBC Nightly News will break down the potential implications of this ruling across higher education and beyond.
All right, well, the more we dig, the more we find. First, we exposed an unannounced active shooter drill inside a state-run children's psych hospital in Northville Township. Today at 5, we shared internal emails about that drill written by state and hospital employees.
Some of those employees seem to make light of the lawsuits brought by those who say they were traumatized by the drill. Well, now our investigative team has more disturbing information about the Hawthorne Center.
Investigative reporter Karen Drew joins us with news about patient escapes from that facility. Karen.
Well, this is something the public doesn't really find out about because we uncovered other management discrepancies at this psych hospital. We wondered, how secure is it? Well, a little digging revealed a troubling fact. Kids managed to run or wander off hospital property at least 13 times in the past 3.5 years. And you can bet those living in Northville Township probably had no idea.
Our undercover team watched as ambulance after ambulance transported patients from the Hawthorne Center in Northville Township to the Walter Reuther Psych Hospital for Adults in Westland this past Wednesday. The state's adult and juvenile psychiatric patients will be housed in the building while a new facility is built. And insiders told us the move was rushed to try and calm down the recent negative reporting about the Children's Psych Hospital.
Stand up slowly and put your hands on top of your head.
We exposed the unannounced active shooter drill at Hawthorne 6 months ago that left staff and patients traumatized.
Where are you in the building?
I can only imagine what that was like with the kids.
We also uncovered internal emails from administration talking about the incident and seemingly making light of a recent lawsuit.
Now, we're learning about recent escapees from the Child's Psych Hospital, 13 in the past 3.5 years, ages 13 to 17 years old, breaking out. Records show some jumped a fence, others ran from the parking lot waiting for transportation, others simply walked away. In one case, 3 juveniles escaped and made their way to a nearby Exxon gas station at the corner of Haggerty and 6 Mile Road. Now, all these 13 escapees were caught, but it's interesting taking a look at these reports after they're caught. This one said he ran away from Hawthorne Center because it sucks there. This one said he indicated he would assault people and become uncooperative if he was returned to Hawthorne. And then this individual had a bloody nose and mouth, stated he was beat up by another patient at the Hawthorne Center. So what's next? MDHHS is building a new psychiatric hospital on the Hawthorne site in Northville Township. Now, during construction, the child patients will be cared for at Walter Reuther Psych Hospital. These ambulances were doing transport yesterday, but insiders are telling us this building is not ready or suitable for children. Now, the state insists it is well prepared to take care of kids at Walter Reuther, and it plans to house the child psych patients there until 2026. That's when the new psychiatric facility for both adults and kids should be finished. The state says the brand new hospital will be built in Northville at the current location of the Hawthorne Center. It's expected to cost $325 million. Will care for about 200 adult and juvenile psychiatric patients. Now, the state says kids and adult patients will live in separate areas when the new facility opens in about 3 years.
So now the Hawthorne Center where the children were transferred from, that's now closed, right?
Right. So that is completely, in a sense, done. And hopefully, obviously, now that they are going to be using Walter Reuther, we're hoping there will be no more escapes from that facility. But
incredible.
I do want to say a shout out to so many people who are tipping me off to this, because so many people are concerned inside, and they're just like, we need it. The parents are concerned, the staff's concerned, and there really is no accountability. So we're going to stay on top of it.
All right, Karen.